This is called the generation gap.
My generation, baby.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Generation Gab. My name is John Lehr, and I'm a fun Gen X dad.
I'm Chase O'Donnell, and I'm a semi-recent grad.
Who's a millennial. That's right.
Isn't that just implied if I'm a semi-recent grad?
I'm being redundant just for branding purposes.
Except, remember when we had Justine on, she said she's a semi-recent grad as well, so it doesn't
right, because she was at grad school. Mm-hmm. Justine Bateman, good plug there on our we've been having some special guests, and I have a big one coming up. So if you're new to this, thank you for listening, and please subscribe so we can spread the word and know that this show is essentially, this is the way I describe it, Chase. Tell me if you agree. It's essentially we discuss the similarities and differences between the generations of millennials, represented by Chase, and Gen X, represented by yours truly.
And that is exactly what it says on the website.
I wonder where I got it. We are taping from Chase's house today. We alternate Chase's house and my house. Chase, your house looks amazing.
I gotta tell you. Oh no!
No, that's okay. What do we do about that? For the listeners, we Facebook Live this, and we've been trying to figure it out. The problem is that when we can't stop people from calling me because I have Wi-Fi calling.
That's ridiculous.
So even when we turn off the cell, so I guess we have to turn off the Wi-Fi calling. The do not disturb simply doesn't work.
I mean, I can't believe how many phone calls you get an hour.
Well, I'm very,
You're busy.
Well, and that's a sign of being a millennial. I mean, a Gen X. Because
everyone calls.
Yeah, everyone likes to call. You guys, how many phone calls do you think you take a day? Like actual phone calls?
I take phone calls with my mom, dad, and sister.
And me.
And
I call
you.
Although I've been trying to text more just so I don't seem like an old dude.
No. I mean, I call, but I think when it's, if it was like a business thing, for me, It would be over email or text. And it would be a setup call at this time.
But business, like you wouldn't text for like a serious business thing, would you?
I don't have many serious business
things. You do
things.
too. Your star is on the rise. Chase, as we reported last week, Chase won a very important comedy festival. Won it. Number one, walked off with the trophy. Where is the trophy?
I didn't get the trophy.
They don't give you a trophy?
Well, there was an audience vote and a judge's vote, and I got the judge's vote, and the audience vote got the trophy.
That makes sense because the judge's vote gets you jobs.
Yeah.
So here we are. We're in the holidays.
You were talking about how great my apartment was.
Oh, right.
And then someone called.
It looks so good. How many roommates do you have?
Two,
which is
a dog.
2 and a dog. Very millennial. When I was your age, I remember.
It's millennial to have 2 roommates and a dog, or
I think to live with roommates is a very young person thing. That's how you start off. You've got to share an apartment. I lived in an apartment once in Chicago. There were 3 adults, 1 child, and a rabbit. And it was just a horrible. It was one of the hottest summers on record in Chicago, and it was a really horrible summer. In fact, I was with my girlfriend, and it was so hot, and we didn't have air conditioning, and we had a cat too. And I remember buying a bunch of ice and putting the ice in my girlfriend's waterbed. She had a waterbed.
Whoa! Now that's Gen X.
Yeah, it was
even boomer.
Yeah,
even depression baby, because
waterbeds
or like greatest generation because my grandma had one.
She did?
Yeah, and I loved it as a kid.
But to sleep on them, they're no fun. I don't think they're good beds.
No, they are so out of style. I don't know anyone with a waterbed.
Well, this was 1989. Okay, and she had a waterbed.
Please comment and let us know if you have a waterbed today.
My brother had a waterbed too, growing up.
Today,
yeah.
Are those still being sold?
No, there's no waterbed. So anyway, but we bought ice and put ice in the waterbed. That's how hot it was, and there was rabbit hair everywhere. It was a horrible, horrible summer. Horrible.
Is there like in the water bed you open up a nozzle and you can fill it up with water with a hose?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
That's what you do.
What if what if it leaks?
You got a problem.
You got a problem.
Big problem.
You got a problem.
Yeah, you got a problem. And you got to deal with it, especially
I would
when you're
imagine
living
that's why those went out of business.
Right. And we were on the third floor of an old building in Chicago. So if that waterbed had sprung a leak, we would have had some serious problems.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
What's
that
the
was
millennial version of a waterbed? Like what?
Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah, that Casper thing that everybody gets.
Oh, Casper.
Casper?
Yeah. Tempur-Pedic is, I mean, it's been around for years.
I like
I would say
Tempur-Pedic.
Casper.
Do you have a Casper bed?
No.
Did you get a bed that was folded up into a little ball?
No, but my sister did.
She did. And
Every time we talk about millennials.
Your sister's like the expert on all things millennial.
Well,
You're
like
the
a real
conduit.
person.
See, you cross from millennial to Gen X. You're able to. You're a Gen X whisperer.
Because
with me.
I got someone's old bed they were getting rid of.
Ew. Like off the street? You don't want to take those.
Not off the
Chase.
street, but
Where did
someone.
Who's this someone? Did you run a security check?
Someone in my parents' apartment building was moving, and I took their bed.
Oh God, I don't know.
I've had it for years.
No bed bugs, no problems, no urine stains. Are there any stains
Yes,
on the mattress?
there are some stains on the mattress.
Oh God!
But you don't see those; it's covered up with sheets.
Right, you just don't think about it. God,
Yeah.
you're a strong person. I would still think about them.
So, should I get a real mattress?
No, you will. We got one. We spent like $5,000 on a mattress.
What?
Yeah, my wife and I, a king size. I don't know. Was it $5,000? Maybe it was less, but it was good. We got on
For
it.
that price,
it better be.
you must have gotten that during Jesse.
Probably. Yeah.
That was a really
those were some salad days back there. It was caveman days, probably.
Oh.
So Chase, as you know, I like to bring in articles. This is how I contribute to the show. This is a very Gen X thing to do because do you read the newspaper? Like, when is the last time you had the newspaper, like the piece of paper, the document?
I took a class in college and we had to read it. But other than that,
No. I mean, I get It's so screwed up how we all get our news now on the Apple feed. That's how I get mine. I assume that's how you get yours, where you just get headlines, and then the headlines try to capture your attention to read the whole article rather than just sort of say what the article is about.
yeah.
This is the reason. Like one will say, "This is the reason Kim Kardashian won't be wearing these shoes." So you're like, "Okay, what is the reason?"
Oh,
and
so
then you
you're
read it.
reading like Access Hollywood articles.
Well, I have to for this podcast. I have to be in with the
you
culture
have
with
to.
you. I have to understand.
I remember, just a side note, when I was like in third grade, I stayed home from school. And my mom was like, okay, if you're staying home, because I was sick, she was like, you need to watch the news. And she left for a bit and came back. And I was like, I watched the news. And it was Access Hollywood that I was watching.
Oh, boy.
I legitimately thought
Thought that
Access
was the
Hollywood
news.
was the news. I was
Yeah.
so proud of myself.
Well,
for
listen,
watching
I
it.
love I love celebrity stuff. I love it though.
Me too.
I love the Kardashians. I know
You
people
know,
hate them, but I
they're
love them.
so fascinating.
I know. You got to go in. It's like green eggs and ham. You got to try it and then decide whether you like it or not.
I've
know?
never tried green eggs and ham.
Subway Sandwich Shops, not a sponsor, has a green eggs and ham sandwich. I guess for kids, it's kind of like their Happy Meal. And they've taken eggs. First of all, Subway having eggs is a little strange for
Yeah.
me. But they have eggs, and the eggs are dyed green, I guess.
Oh no!
And the idea is that
year
kids,
round or just St. Patrick's Day?
they have it year round. They just had it. And we're recording this in December. I don't know if that's a good marketing thing. Because then the rest of us have to go in and order. Do you go to Subway at all?
Love Subway.
Me too. And so I go in and I order my sandwich, but I have to look at these green eggs sitting
I've
in the...
never seen green eggs.
You'll notice
there.
it now, and you'll be like, oh, my God, John.
Maybe
I
they
saw-
do it for Christmas.
I don't know. It's to support a Dr. Seuss show that's on Netflix.
Oh.
Somebody had the idea of like, we'll do a special green eggs and ham sandwich.
Okay.
That is a terrible idea.
I've got to watch this special. Is Dr. Seuss still relevant to kids today? You would know this because you have kids.
I read my kid. They didn't go nuts over it, but they liked it. They liked it a lot. They were always down for it. And I loved it so much. So, I was into it. And yeah, I think so. From that 3 to 6 era, 2 to 6 era, maybe right in those 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, I like what you did to your microphone. Chase just set up a higher microphone. We're on Chase's couch today, and we're realizing it's a little low. We'll have to figure something out for next time.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to bring like a box
All right.
put on the table.
Yeah, that's a good idea. See, you think outside the box, even when you're dealing with boxes, because you're a millennial. All right, so this is an article from the Wall Street Journal, which is a newspaper, a conservative.
No, I thought it was a magazine.
No, the Wall Street Journal is a newspaper.
They don't have any magazine?
No, they might have a magazine section. Yeah, they do. They do. They have a magazine section on Sundays, I think.
That's good.
Okay.
One of my shows was reviewed in the Wall Street Journal.
Really?
But I thought it was a magazine.
Oh my God, that's a big deal. The Wall Street Journal is like a conservative newspaper, but not the current conservatives, like old school conservatives. And here's an article that says why the old look down on the young. And the subheading is the younger generation isn't getting worse. Older people just like to think they are, according to a new study. So basically this study proves, it's a study, so you can get studies to say anything you want. But this one is a legitimate study from the University of California, Santa Barbara.
That's where I went.
Yeah.
You knew.
Alma mater.
Yeah. Wow.
And they took a sample of 1,800 people chosen to be representative of the U.S. population. How they can do that is amazing. But
you know what I just thought of?
What?
What if we try to get a guest who's an expert on
Yes.
millennials
Yes.
and generations?
If anybody has any connection to a professor or somebody of note in the Los Angeles area,
send them our way.
yeah, or even ideas that you don't have a connection for, we'll reach out to them cold. We don't care.
Wow. Okay, continue.
All right. So, God, here's
no.
another phone call. Okay, I declined it. And now we're back. Sorry for that. Okay, so it basically says that the Dr. Pizzotto and Dr. Schooler think the kids these days illusion works like this. Older people who excel in a particular trait look at young people and see that, on average, that they are less well-read, respectful, or intelligent than they are themselves. Then they compare those young people to their own memories of what they were like at that same age. So, and I find this to be totally the case. My son...
Me too.
Yes, and especially the respectful thing.
Me too.
Right, because... the people who are looking down on the millennials and saying millennials are not respectful don't remember what dickheads they were when they were that age. They're comparing them to how they treat people now.
Oh my gosh, because I think I'm one of those older people to kids today.
I know.
Because I think when I was 9, I think that I had perfect manners and would never talk back and do what I was told. And
now you look back on now you see 9-year-olds like my son, who's an 11-year-old who's doesn't have a lot of manners.
I think of more though
disrespectful.
The kids I've babysat before.
Well, you're the babysitter. That's like being a substitute teacher.
No.
Yes.
I had babysitters when I was younger and was so nice.
You're talking like a boomer. Okay,
I
boomer.
know.
Okay, boomer. Speaking of boomers, don't you have an article that you have to share, Chase?
I do, John. Thank you for asking. What a perfect segue. This is a BuzzFeed article, very millennial.
Okay. BuzzFeed is very millennial. BuzzFeed actually has a news department that's actually pretty good, right?
BuzzFeed's very good. It's
I mean, like they cover the politics and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're an actual
Yeah, they're great.
Mm-hmm.
The title of this article is I have to laugh at these 32 tweets describing boomer culture because they're actually true.
Okay. So this is millennials complaining about boomers.
Or any generation. It could be Gen X or Gen Z too.
This is part of the okay boomer culture that we're seeing more and more of, where people are like, okay boomer.
Yes.
Okay.
So, okay, this first one is from Mitch Wilson.
Oh, I know Mitch.
You do.
Ooh,
Mitch is not a millennial name. He does sound a bit older.
So he's making fun of himself,
Maybe.
you think?
Mitch Wilson says, baby boomer culture is just using the comment section of someone's image on Facebook to tell them hello and ask how they are doing.
Oh, I've done that before.
I mean, that is 100% baby boomer.
That's boomer? I'm a boomer. Maybe I'm a boomer. Maybe I'm not
you're
Gen
right
X.
in the middle. You do things that millennials do, and you do things boomers do.
All right, what if somebody mentions me in their Facebook post and I say, thanks, so-and-so, in their comment section? That's
good.
Is it?
That's fine.
Okay.
This one's saying that, like, I could post a picture of myself with a friend, and then, like, a boomer will comment being like, hi, Chase. How are you?
Let's get coffee.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with, like, the picture. It's just like a way to
Oh, I
reach
see.
out.
Okay, I don't think I've done that.
And that's actually more like my grandmothers
Yeah.
both do that.
Yeah, I don't think I've done that.
Okay. Diamond Geezer at Big Solid Egg says,
What? Diamond Geezer? So this is probably an old person too. Wait a minute. Are these all boomers talking about themselves, about
I
what
doubt
they
it, 'cause
do?
how many boomers tweet?
Right.
This is a Twitter thing, so I think it's...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. But Geezer? His name is Geezer?
I think it's a fake name.
You think he created a fake account just so he could tweet out something about boomers?
Yes.
Jesus, people are like, what are people doing? No wonder we're behind the Chinese. I mean, my God.
And his name is Big Solid Egg. So he says baby boomer culture is taking the same group picture on 10 different phones instead of sending one photo to each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't it?
That's my parents-in-law do that. Everybody's phone.
Hey, pass me your phone.
Yeah.
Instead of just like one person's going to take it and we'll airdrop it.
Yes. And post photos in general are kind of over, aren't they? I mean, why are we posing for photos? Wasn't that when film was expensive and you had to, like now we just keep taking stuff until you get something you like. Right? You like the formality of posing for a picture?
Well, I think people still pose for pictures. Like last night, I was at the Magic Castle.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. The Magic Castle is how do you describe it? It's a restaurant performance
It's an
space.
exclusive club where they perform magic.
Yeah, and it's only for magicians, and you can't get in there
Unless
you're
someone with a membership.
And so, who do you know? Was this a date? Were you dating a magician?
No, it was a friend's birthday.
And how did they know how did they get in there? Are they a magician?
Had a connection.
Was the connection there with you?
No.
So she got a connection. She got her birthday party, and you guys all went there.
Yeah.
Did she pick up the tab?
No, John.
So her birthday party was at this Magic Castle, which is, not cheap. And you had to pay, everybody had to pay for themselves.
$150 for dinner.
Per person.
Per person.
That's a lot of money.
I've never seen a bill that large.
Yeah.
It was very expensive.
Oh, boy.
Was it worth it?
You know what? When you're having a birthday and you want to go out to dinner, either pay for it or don't go out to dinner. Do something else. Don't make your friends tell your friends they have to pay, especially an expensive one.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
I kind of made a comment.
Good. Millennials out there, don't do that shit.
I said, wow, I'm spending a lot of money for your birthday.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a good friend.
Yeah. My birthday, we're all going on a cruise to, Europe.
And you're paying.
Yeah. Splitting it 50 ways.
Anyway, when we were there, we took a group photo and we posed and the woman was like, say magic is real. And we all said it on the count of three.
She said, say magic is real?
Yeah. And then everyone's faces were talking instead of smiling. But
yeah. Magic
anyway.
is real doesn't get your face to do what cheese makes it do.
Yeah.
Just smile. Don't say magic is real. That's stupid.
It went with the theme of the Magic Castle, John.
I know, but barely.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
think
kinda...
she was a boomer.
Yeah. Okay, boomer.
Boomer culture is licking your finger
Ew.
to grab a sheet of paper.
Wait, I do that.
Yeah, that's an older generation
Really?
thing to do.
But what are you supposed to do?
Just pick it up.
But my fingers are dry. They don't
Try
pick
it.
up.
Try it without
I can't
licking.
do it. I have to lick.
No, I think it's just an older generation.
Really?
I've never licked my finger to pick up
So
a piece
funny.
of
I just
paper.
did a bunch of finger licking last night because I was
What?
collating stuff for my daughter's school. Get this. When your kid goes to a fancy, expensive school, you not only have to pay for the tuition, you also have to do 30 hours of volunteer time. Or you get charged more.
Joking.
No. And we're way behind, so I was able to get this collating gig that counted for 10 hours, which I did in like an hour. But I did a lot of finger licking because I was collating. Do you know what collating is?
No.
That's where you have different stacks of different individual copies, and you have to have one of each in every pile. Then you have to put one of each in every pile.
Oh, no.
You know, so you go down the thing and grab a thing, and then, and you have to lick.
No, if I was there, I would never have even thought to lick my finger.
Have you ever seen the rubber things that would go on the end of people's... It looked like a thimble, but it was rubber, and you dip it in water, or you'd
No.
use the rubber? You've never seen those?
What? No.
See, you don't deal with paper. You don't understand paper.
Yeah.
Trust me on this. You
Okay.
gotta lick. You
Okay,
gotta
fine.
lick.
I don't deal with paper.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a millennial thing.
Between the two of us, I'm more of the expert on paper.
You are.
Okay. Thank you.
Peak boomer culture. This is from RuPaul Blart.
Okay, what? So it's so Blart is the name of that movie that was the mall cop, Blart the mall cop.
Oh, yeah.
and then
RuPaul's the drag
So
queen.
what is this person trying to say to us?
I don't know.
They're a drag. They're into drag, but they go to the mall and they're
They
a
like
security
mall
officer.
cops. Yeah.
Yeah.
He says peak boomer culture is men ordering at a restaurant calling their female server sweetheart or dear.
Okay, that's out. That's wrong.
That's boomer.
Yeah, that's just over.
And not my parents' boomer. Again, I think it's more my grandparents.
Yeah, and it's just, but listen, we've got to be a little bit more accepting of people like that because they were programmed a certain way. And so, I don't know, just tweeting about what idiots they are, I don't know if that serves our culture as a whole. You know? How about just kindly say, Grandma, they don't really say that anymore.
Yeah, maybe. Don't tweet it.
Yeah, don't tweet it.
They're not going to read it.
We're reading it, and we're not going to do it.
I just found a very good one
Okay, here
that
we go.
is very relevant in my life.
Okay, you just gave me a lot of eye contact. So is this something I do?
No. Well, I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, Jesus.
Something my mom does.
Oh, boy.
Jono says, boomer culture is to randomly drop the first name of some random person they met 40 years ago and never explain who they are or how they know them. That is my mom in a nutshell.
Like, give me an example.
Okay. Yeah, I was on the phone with Cindy Angelini, and I mean, this happened and that happened, and she never explains
Who that
okay,
is.
well, who's Cindy Angelini?
Yeah. Is that a real
yeah.
name, by the way? Cindy Angelini?
Yeah, she talks about Cindy Angelini all the time.
Oh, my God.
Now I know Cindy Angelini was her friend in school, but she'd always be like, you know Cindy Angelini. She does it with everyone.
So what should she be doing? She should just leave the name out and
My
talk about the thing that
I was
Cindy
talking
said?
with my friend from middle school.
Oh. Why?
Why assume that I know who Cindy Angelini is?
Oh, right. But what do you care? What was the point? What was she trying to communicate? Was she trying to test you on knowing Cindy Angelini?
No.
Then why do you even care?
Because why are you talking
bugs
about
you.
Cindy Angelini like I know Cindy Angelini?
Because she's your mother and she gets to say whatever she wants. What was she talking about, though? What was the point she was
It
making?
comes up all the
All
time.
the time.
It's
I do
always
that.
different that
I do
she's
that.
talking to. She was talking to Gretchen so and so and this person and that person, and as if I know them. I cannot.
Okay, so you're saying it's like you should know them. Okay, I get that.
As
That's
it-
a little
and
annoying.
or like at least explain who that is if you're going to talk like I know them.
Right. Okay. So I was talking to somebody would be better if she said that instead of Cindy Angelini.
Yeah.
But you know who Cindy Angelini is. So
now
that-
I do. Cindy Angelini now it's perhaps my favorite name.
That's
and
pretty
that's why
good.
I bring it up.
Cindy Angelini. Well, I think as you get older, you just have so many names and people that you know. It just, it's all jumbled in there. It's hard.
Yeah. But you do that?
I don't know. Maybe. When I improvise, I improvise names of people I went to high school with. Like there's this woman, Shannon McGarrigle, who I went to high school with.
Shannon McGarrigle.
And her name's been uttered by me in character on many TV shows.
Wow.
I call people Shannon. Shannon McGarrigle used to, or whatever, or Aaron Ferguson.
Does she know?
I think Shannon. I tell them
because I talk about a boy from high school in my stand-up.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting for the day he finds out.
He will.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, he'll do it.
Because I had such a big crush on him.
Oh, maybe it's time to rekindle.
I've reached out.
And is he still cute?
No.
Oh, boy.
He's an acrobat now.
An acrobat? Well, he's probably fit. Is he fit?
No. And he has a girlfriend, and he lives in Minnesota.
Oh,
okay. You know what? If he's listening, that gave it away.
Yeah, sure did.
Oh, my gosh.
I could probably figure out who it is. Just Google it. Yeah. Chase O'Donnell's friend, high school,
we were not
Minnesota.
Friends, John.
Oh.
I just had a
classmate, Minnesota. I bet he'd come up. Can't you just Google weird, abstract shit like that, and it just comes up now? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they know everything about us.
I'm trying to find another good one to end on.
Okay. I trust you. I trust the one that you're going to pick is going to be a good one.
Okay.
She's reading. She has her phone. She's scrolling through the phone. It's such a natural gesture for you to be scrolling through a phone. For me, it looks like I'm operating a phone. But you like had it in the crib, So to you, it's like breathing oxygen. That phone, can you even imagine what it was like without phones? Can you even?
Yeah, because I was alive.
Yeah, but as a grown-up.
Only because I've seen Seinfeld.
Yeah, good.
But
good.
those
God.
Poor characters in Seinfeld.
Yeah, they just so many of their plots could have been solved so easily if they just texted
the person. And they have to there's that one episode where he leaves a voicemail and he has to sneak into the person's house to get the tape out of
the tape, right?
Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Boomer culture is riding in Ubers and talking to the Uber driver about Uber.
I do that sometimes. I'll say, how long have you been driving today?
How do you pronounce that word I just said?
Uber?
Yeah.
Uber.
Okay, you say it right.
What? Instead
Barbie, my grandma, who we interviewed, she calls it Uber.
Oh, my God. That's adorable.
And she's PO'd with Uber.
Why?
She thinks they scammed her.
They probably did.
Now she just uses Lyft.
Okay.
But I love talking. We should have talked to her about that. I love talking to her about how PO'd at Uber she is.
Ooh, all right. Next time we have Barbie on the show, we'll talk to her because she is the best, the best generation.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of that generation, Thanksgiving dinner, we were all together, and we're all chatting this and that, and this is the greatest generation right now. They're getting old. She goes. She just drops this out of nowhere. She said, 5 of my friends died this week.
5? Oh, my God.
5 of my friends died this week. But my mom said no. My mom said she has that wrong. But I said...
well, how many were there?
She thinks it was 5 this year. But she said this week. So, I believe her.
Well, who cares? I mean, it's subjective. From Barbie's point of view, 5 just died this week. Whether it happened or not doesn't really matter.
Now, I'm saying it that it's very sad, but I was laughing when she said it. I think that's such a funny
Yeah, well, it is. Hey, everybody, this happened. How was your week, Barbie? Well, 5 of my friends died.
But that's the reality of the greatest generation. They're all dropping like flies.
Listen, I had a shrink who once said, getting old is not for the faint of heart. It's brutal. It's brutal. You're depressed. You're unattractive. Things hurt. People die. You're not relevant.
I'm doing the artist way, as you know.
Yes.
And one of the exercises is writing a letter to yourself from your 88-year-old self.
Oh, that's nice.
I got so sad.
Oh,
I got really sad. Like, I'm going to be lonely.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I'll be there, and I'll still be alive because you guys will have figured out how to replace
good.
me with a robot.
Good.
Yeah.
Well,
don't worry.
on that note,
it's not going to happen, Chase.
it's just it's a sad age to be.
Yeah.
5 of her friends.
All right. Well, on that note, what are you doing this weekend?
Great question. Okay, I have a show at the Comedy Store.
Oh, you do? Okay, awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's the real deal.
And then I have some holiday parties, and then I'm going to try to take a day for myself because next week I have a stand-up show every night.
Jesus.
And it's truly exhausting
Yes.
for my anxiety.
Yes.
It's
I
just
can
so
see-
much
I can
mental
see-
energy.
Yeah. Well, now, at the holiday party you're going to, is there, are you looking to connect with a member of the opposite sex? Is there? Are
It's
you
a
on
family one.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Don't sleep with your cousin, Chase. Do not do it.
Never.
Some of my cousins did, and it didn't end
Oh,
well.
well, that's very Kansas.
Yeah, very Kansas.
Really? That's real?
Yeah.
They really did that?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that make it awkward at family functions?
Just for me.
Oh, my God. Okay, what's your weekend?
I'm throwing a holiday party that you're not invited to, and I'm doing that as a favor to you. And then I'm cleaning up the next day, and then I'm driving my kids around until I can find like an hour to take my laptop and watch my
Let me guess. And sports.
football game in my bathroom
Wow.
by myself because that's the only door that locks. So that's different.
That's the only door that locks.
In my house.
You do that on purpose?
They're all antique doors, so they don't work right. But this
okay.
one does.
Okay.
So whenever anybody needs private time, they go to the downstairs bathroom.
Oh, man. Well, let me tell you, what a fun app.
This one went fast. I mean, it just flew by.
Can we tell the audience why we keep laughing?
Yeah. I fucked up again. Twice.
In this episode, 2 things went wrong. One, what happened first?
I can't even remember. Oh, I was on Safari. I was online, and somehow the
Oh yeah, it stopped recording halfway through our session.
Oh,
and
man.
then the second thing that happened was once we started recording again, you forgot to plug it in.
We are old friends.
So this is our 3rd time recording. So some of those conversations we repeated and pretended like we hadn't heard it before.
I felt like it felt very fresh.
Well, those tweets that I came up with were all new.
Yeah, thank God.
Those
Thank God for that.
those were good ones. Yeah. All right.
All
Well,
right. Thank you,
there's
everybody.
our secret. Please subscribe.
Yeah, we're getting lots of uploads. People are really into the show. Downloads. Jesus, okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
My generation, baby.